Okay, let's see what we got here. Tamar Braxton found in a pool of blood with fractured nose, missing teeth after mysterious near-death experience. Sounded like she got sucker punched. Tamar Braxton revealed that she woke up in a pool of blood after a mysterious near-fatal accident left her with a fractured nose and missing teeth. I struggled to write this, but everyone keeps calling me, and honestly, I can't even really talk anymore. I'm so weak, the singer wrote via her Instagram stories Tuesday. I almost died Sunday. I was found in a pool of blood with my friend with a face injury. As the days go by, the worse it is. I fractured my nose, lost some teeth, and mobility. Uh, the way I look at life now is totally different. Braxton, 48, added, as my health is on the mend, my mental journey begins. Pray for me for real. I don't even know what happened to me. Reps for the TV personality weren't immediately available. Page 6 for comment. In addition, in additional Instagram stories, Braxton shared a post that read, "Thank you, God, for waking me up today." She also shared a photo of the Bible verse Proverbs 31. She also promoted a new pre-recorded episode for her series Caught in the Act, which will be released on MTV Tuesday night. The reality star has previously detailed health scares, including when she was taken to the hospital via an ambulance in December 2022 after experiencing flu-like symptoms and needing oxygen. I thought God was taking me home because I could not breathe and my chest was on fire, she wrote on social media at the time, per Fox News. Braxton shared she had the flu and was prescribed 5 different medications. She described it as worse than COVID in her opinion. Well, yeah, probably. In June 2021, she got candid about her mental health struggles and a 2020 suicide attempt during an interview with People. That time of wait, also she got 5 different that's I don't know about that. There must be more to that. Cuz to get prescribed 5 different things for just like a flu-like symptom, something else. That time of my life, she told, I don't see how I was going to come on the other side. I don't even know that there was another side, but I chose to change my life. Most people think, oh, she went to a hotel, probably took a bunch of drugs, was on a binge. It didn't happen like that, Braxton explained. It was just everyday life trying to figure out how to get through the day, and then at the time she was home with her son, Logan, now 11, and then boyfriend, David Adefeso, who found her unresponsive. Braxton also touched on how she was sexually assaulted as a child. Braxton is currently single and was last linked to her ex-fiance, Jeremy J.R. Robinson, who she was engaged to twice. The exes first got engaged in March 2023 before briefly splitting up and reconciling later that year. It's unclear when Robinson and Braxton called it quits, but she revealed in March that she had been celibate for about a year and couldn't date until her son Logan turns 18. There's no way I'm going to bring another man into his life to be unsuccessful. There's no way. She shared on an episode of Sherry, or People. I just want to mentally protect him as much as I can. I don't want to give him any abandonment issues or anything like that, Braxton added. The musician shares Logan with an ex-boyfriend, Vincent Herbert, with whom she was wed from 2008 to 2008 to 2019. She was also married to Darrell Delight LMB from 2001 to 2003. I'm so confused. She said she was. They found her in a. It sounds like she got fucking sucker punched, right? That's what it sounds like. Oh, did you? I mean, either she got sucker punched or she like took a spill or something. Something happened where she fucking face planted, right? Right, because she had a fractured nose, broken teeth, or missing teeth. Yeah, no, yeah. Something happened. Like she fell down or something, or someone sucker punched. What do you got? Chicago residents. Last monstrosity, Obama Presidential Center as displacement fears grow. Construction of former President Barack Obama's library and museum in Chicago has triggered backlash from local residents and community leaders who fear the 850 million monstrosity will accelerate gentrification, drive up rents, and displace longtime residents and their families, according to a new report. The Obama Presidential Center is set to open in April in Jackson Park on the city's south side near the University of Chicago, where the future 44th president taught law before entering politics. Far from feeling pride in the neighborhood's favorite son, locals are blasting the project, even calling its design an eyesore. It looks like this big piece of rock that just landed here out of nowhere is in what used to be a really nice landscape of trees and flowers. Woodward, a lawyer and father of 6 who grew up in the area, told the Daily Mail. It's a monstrosity. It's over budget. It's taking way too long to finish. It's going to drive up prices and bring headaches and problems for everyone who lives here. It feels like a washing away for the neighborhood and culture that used to be here. The Obama Center, which has faced years of delays and lawsuits since breaking ground in September 2021, will cover nearly 20 acres of the 540-acre Jackson Park and feature a museum, public library, branch, athletic center, gardens, and children's play area. What the fuck? Is this what he's really building it for? What the fuck? Why? Okay. Fuck you, Obama. Fucking piece of shit. While the privately funded project's price tag has ballooned from its original $500 million budget, residents said they've also seen rents and property taxes skyrocket as construction nears competition. Rents are going up fast. Kiana Butler of Southside Together, one of at least 3 local activist groups that lobbied the Obama Foundation to better integrate the project into the surrounding neighborhood, told the Daily Mail. The 2-bedroom apartment that used to rent for $800 a month has already jumped to $1,800. Wow, it jumped from $1,000. Property taxes are going up so much that the owner of my building is saying she might just walk away. I don't blame President Obama for all this, but the people on his team may not have the best intentions for people in this area. We're all worried about the impact of on the community. Butler argued that the center, which will also house Obama's eponymous foundation, could have been built on a smaller scale and for far less money. We're going to see rents go high and we're going to see families displaced, said Chicago alderwoman Jeanette Taylor, who represents much of the working class neighborhood surrounding the site. Every time large developments come to communities, they displace the very people they say they want to improve it for. This was no different, and we're living what is actually happening. The city of Chicago should have done a community benefits agreement before the first shovel went into the ground. Obama was previously insisted the center won't force residents out, but it did, assuring it will bring jobs and economic growth as well as safeguards affordable housing. No, it didn't. People are getting pushed out. See, this is the issue. This is the same issue that fucking a lot of people tried to do. Oh, we're gonna rebuild it into a better, blah blah blah. It's gonna be bigger, better, blah blah blah. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's going to cost more money, and then you're going to push everyone the fuck out, dude. It's already happening in California, right? You see, just fucking look at California and New York. Oh, the fucking highest... Like, Like the highest fucking real estate bullshit that you gotta fucking deal with. So fucking expensive. I want to fucking noose these people. While the center is expected to attract 750,000 visitors a year once it opens, critics have slammed it as nothing more than a vanity project. Cause it is. It was the same thing that Akon did but he didn't even get it done over in fucking Africa. Right? All these people want to fucking build up these big ass, right? These mega malls and shit, but it's like, dude, you're pushing so many fucking people out of the goddamn, right, that area just to build that piece of shit. This is a monument to one man's ego. You know, Obama had to approve it. Steve Cortez, a longtime Chicagoan and former advisor to President Trump, told the Mail. Look at the Reagan Library in Simi Valley, California. It's beautiful. This? There are almost no windows. What are they hiding? And this brutalist cement look in the city known for its incredible architecture? Why? The Obama Foundation declined to address residents' concern to the outlet, instead touting the new centers as a tremendous global destination in a general statement. We're proud that the members of the community play key roles in building the center, and we are looking forward to hiring local residents for hundreds of good jobs when the center opens. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm sorry. Anything that fucking Obama makes is shady as fuck. Shady as fuck. He had that shit-eating grin, too, when he started, drone striking people. So. Like, let's drone strike Afghanistan. Put the button, yeah. As you can see, I have a good amount of disdain for fucking. Private Christian school releases statement after teacher allegedly had sex with child. A teacher at a private Christian school in Virginia was arrested after allegedly having sex with a child, according to police. Caitlin Campbell, a 34-year-old English teacher at the 7th, 12th grade C.H. Friends School in Halifax County, was arrested Thursday and charged with having consensual sex with a child 15 years or older, state prosecutor said, according to WSET. Campbell was fired immediately after the allegations were brought to school officials, who then reported them to the police. He chose integrity instead of being swept under the rug. Scripture is very clear that if it was done in the dark, it was going to be brought to the light, Headmistress Dana Jones told WSET. We understand that taking it to the police department, it was going to come shine a light on us. We took what we were told to them and let them carry on with their investigation. Jones would not say whether the victim was a student at the C.H. Friends School. Campbell is additionally charged with taking indecent liberties with a child by a person in a custodial relationship. She was booked at the Halifax County Adult Detention Center and was released on bond. Oh, she made bond. How much was her bond? Probably not that much. I mean, because she's not really a threat, right? She just had the fucking sexual interaction. She doesn't, right? Basically, the people that they give high bonds to are people they know that they might actually try and kill someone, or they might harm someone, or harm themselves. Shit, even then, when people think they're gonna harm themselves, they fucking let those people out still, or they're fucking suicides. I don't know. Our courts, our system's kind of like iffy on certain shit. Jerry Redstone hoped Trump's 60-minute suit would root out anti-Israel bias as CBS, and she sold Paramount partly over October 7th. Jerry Redstone said she believed President Trump's lawsuit against CBS News could help address the network's anti-Israel bias, even as she revealed that it was the October 7th terrorist attacks that finally moved her to sell CBS parent Paramount. We needed more balance, Redstone, former chair Paramount Global, told the New York Times in an interview conducted after Paramount's $8 billion sale to Skydance Media closed earlier this month. Part of me thought maybe Trump could accomplish what I never got done, the entertainment heirs told the Times. Redstone told the Times that for years she had resisted entreaties from potential suitors eager to buy Paramount, which pushed her to finally agree to sell the family business was the October 7th massacre of an estimated 1,200 Israelis. Once that happened, I wanted out, she told the Times. I wanted to support Israel and address issues around anti-Semitism and racism. So basically, as soon as the war with Israel happened on October 7th, right, she basically sold the company. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do something else. Right? So she went to support Israel. But Redstone's plan for an exit were complicated by the 2024 presidential election. Weeks before voters went to the polls, Trump filed suit against 60 Minutes, alleging that CBS News magazine shows deceptively edited an interview with his Democratic opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, which they did, and it was very heavily edited. Holy shit. In order to make her look good. I mean, regardless if it made her look worse. I mean, look, the 60 Minutes was already bad. Like, putting in the full context just made her look even worse. Because she was just blabbing about fucking nothing. It was bad for her. Last month, the sides reached a $16 million settlement, sparking widespread outrage. In her wide-ranging interview with the Times that was published on Tuesday, the 71-year-old media heirs, whose ex-husband and son are both rabbis, had grown increasingly frustrated with CBS News covering that she viewed as hostile to Israel. She told the Times that her breaking point came just days before she withdrew from settlement talks with Trump in January this year. CBS aired a 60-minute segment featuring State Department officials who quit over American support for Israel's Gaza war. A piece of the American Jewish Committee blasted as shockingly one-sided, lacked factual accuracy, and relied heavily on misguided information. The segment focused on alleged Israel's atrocity while barely touching on the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack that sparked the conflict. Redstone wasn't alone in her concerns. Days after the segment aired, George Cheeks, who oversees CBS, shared Redstone's dismay about the Gaza episode and soon appointed veteran producer Suzanne Zarinsky as executive editor to review 60 Minutes segments, stripping the show of its traditional independence from corporate interference. In April, the longtime executive producer of 60 Minutes, Bill Owens, departed after Zarinsky's appointment undermined his autonomy. In June, Scott Pelley, the veteran 60 Minutes correspondent, blasted his corporate bosses at Paramount on air, warning that that honest journalism at CBS might be ending if they went ahead and concluded a settlement with Trump. Anti-Israel bias allegations have been mounting for months at CBS News. In August 2024, the network standards director Mark Memmott issued an internal directive order to staff not to identify Jerusalem as part of Israel, calling its status disputed. Oh, okay. The memo sparked outrage from pro-Israel groups and contradicted U.S. government policies recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Correct. So basically, this guy is basically saying, no, I don't believe, I don't want whatever the government's putting down on paper or whatever the official right status documentation that they put out. Yeah, they don't believe it. It's disputed. 2 months later, CBS executives reprimanded morning anchor Tony Docopil for pressing author for pressing author Tahisi Kotes about anti-Israel criticism in his book. Docopil had asked whether Kotes' writing belonged in the backpack of an extremist. Questions some CBS brass deemed too aggressive. Redstone defended Docopil in the wake of his rebuke. I think Tony handled that interview exceptionally well, Redstone said at the time. I was genuinely proud of his effort, although it was difficult for me to oppose the company. I believe they erred in this instance. I have a voice in our platform, as does everyone. Redstone, who was widely criticized for backing a settlement rather than fighting in court, told the Times she was in favor of reaching a deal with Trump because the lawsuit was filed in Texas, where a more conservative judge would have been more hostile to CBS's position. She told the paper that this case was never as black and white as people assumed, despite legal experts who said they were confident CBS News would prevail in court. I believe it was always in Paramount's best interest to settle, Redstone told the Gray Lady in an interview published on Tuesday. We may not like the world we live in, but a board has to do what's in the best interest of its shareholders. I'm pretty sure she was going to lose the case, especially with whatever statements she was going to come out and say. I'm pretty sure they were going to be, because all you have to do is fact check her statements to the current current government information or government bodies that we have now. And it's just like, well, you're a lying bitch, aren't you? While the criticism reached a fever pitch, Redstone's frustration boiled over as she battled cancer while trying to close the Paramount sale. Diagnosed with thyroid cancer that had spread to her vocal cords, she underwent surgery and radiation, as critics including Matt Dredge of the Dredge Report website branded her the woman who destroyed CBS News. That's funny. Redstone was also hurt by criticism from Leslie Stahl, a longtime 60 Minutes correspondent, according to the Times. In June, Stahl said she was angry with Redstone over her handling of the Trump lawsuit. Stahl's comments were published at the same time that Redstone was undergoing treatment for cancer. To have a news organization come under corporate pressure, to have a news organization told by a corporate, do this, do that with your story, change this, change that, don't run this piece. I mean, it steps on the First Amendment. It steps on the freedom of the press. Well, it's not even that. You were making stories on like untrue things. Right? It's one thing if you actually like covered the October 7th and been like, "Oh, we're going to talk to what the Palestine military think about that," right? But no, you didn't do that. You didn't fucking do that. No. It steps on what we stand for. It makes me question whether any corporation should have owned a news operation. It is very disconcerting. Trump's $20 billion lawsuit over CBS editing of the Harris interview offered unexpected leverage, though Redstone found most of Trump's claims hyperbolic. He saw an opportunity. Well, I mean, yeah, he does do a lot of hyperbole, yes. The network had edited Harris's answers about Israel between two broadcasts, sparking Trump's fury. CBS News executives refused to release the unedited footage, setting up a legal battle that threatened to derail the Skydance merger. Redstone pushed hard for settlement, arguing it was in shareholders' best interest. The board eventually agreed to pay $16 million toward Trump's presidential library, far less than Redstone expected. I was blown away, she said, of the settlement's terms. But her reputation took another hit when the Post reported a mysterious side deal worth $20 million in free advertising for Trump. Redstone knew nothing about it and was upset. I hope it isn't true. Adding insult to injury, CBS didn't even consult Redstone before canceling Stephen Colbert's The Late Show. Oh, she learned about it minutes before Colbert announced it on air. Oh, so she didn't even know about that. The Skydance deal valued Paramount at just $8 billion, a third of its worth when Redstone took control in 2019. I just wanted to be free, Redstone told the Times, ending 4 decades of her family's controversial reign over one of America's most influential news organizations. The Post has sought comment from Redstone and CBS News. There you have it. Alright, well, there you have it. He fucked around and found out. And well, she was battling cancer too. So she was in a rough battle. She was getting stressed out because of Trump. She was stressing herself out because of Trump. That's not good to do that. Boeing plane makes emergency landing after engine bursts into flames. I already sent goodbye texts. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. A Condor Airlines flight was forced to make an emergency landing in Italy after the plane's engine burst into flames shortly after takeoff, prompting one terrified passenger to send out goodbye texts to loved ones. The Boeing 757 carrying 273 passengers and 8 crew members from Corfu, Greece, Dusseldorf, Germany. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. Experienced a turbine airflow disruption at the an altitude of approximately 36,000 feet during the flight Saturday per WDR. Terrified passengers abroad, flight DE 3665 began to notice flames splitting from the right wing of the plane just after 8 p.m. local time, Bild reported. The flight made an emergency landing at Brindisi Airport in southern Italy at 8:15 p.m. local time. The landing came just 40 minutes after takeoff, per Flight Radar 24. A spokesperson for the airline told the Post that the malfunctioning was caused by a chemical reaction that happened inside the combustion chamber. Suddenly, the power went out for a few seconds, and we realized we were no longer climbing, one passenger told. It was an incredibly horrible experience. I already sent my goodbye text because I thought it's over now. Oh, well, this is how it ends. I guess this is it, ladies and gents. Nice knowing you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I love you all. Goodbye. The aircraft is undergoing a technical inspection. Unverified videos circulating on social media appeared to show the aircraft's right engine flash flames at intervals. In one TikTok video taken by a passerby in Italy, the jet could be heard making loud booms during the malfunctioning. It was just chilling, then realized the plane was literally fighting fire in front of me. The clip was captioned, following the impromptu landing, passengers and crew members were either placed in a hotel or spent the night at the airport before another aircraft took them to Germany the following morning. In the statements, the Post, the airline admitted that due to limited availability in Brindisi, some passengers were not accommodated in a hotel. Unfortunately, there were insufficient hotel capacity in Brindisi, meaning that not all guests could be accommodated in hotels, the airline said. Additional vouchers and blankets were organized at the airport, and a few shops were allowed to remain open to provide supplies. Passengers who took advantage of alternative accommodation cap options can submit their expenses for reimbursement. Additionally, the airline said none of the people aboard the flight were ever in danger. The reason was a parameter indication outside of normal range caused by a disturbance in the airflow supply to the engine. Probably just made it combust, basically. The statement said, due to the fault message, it was precautionarily decided to divert in Brindisi. The aircraft landed around 8:15 p.m. at Brindisi Airport, and all guests disembarked the aircraft normally. Another Condor aircraft was dispatched to carry all guests to Dusseldorf on I don't know, how do you say that? On August 17th. We apologize for our inconvenience caused, but the safety of our passengers and employees is always our top priority. Condor Airlines concluded. You have it. This is why people are so afraid of planes, right? Because that shit right there. All right. With that, we're gonna call it for that news segment.